Hey guys, Dustin here with another NASCAR DIECAST review. Excuse me for a minute. Boom, there we go. It's a lot better. It was a little bit dark. Anyway, welcome back to another NASCAR DIECAST review, and today we are taking a look at, well, I think I lost track of how many Kevin Harvick cars I've done so far over the years. And actually, this one is actually a really, really important one. This is the Kevin Harvick Real Heroes 400 Busch. Excuse me, I shouldn't say a Busch. I should say Busch Light. Your face here diecast review. This is also his 50th win, 50th overall career win in the NASCAR Cup Series. Everything laid out here is what you get inside. You got this card right here. Now, you possibly noticed over the few weeks I've done these reviews that you've noticed that there's no driver on this card. Now, there's actually a reason why too, but we'll get to that in a minute. Here it is, the Kevin Harvick Real Heroes 400 winner from Darlington, South Carolina, May 17, 2020. Time of the race was 3 hours and 27 minutes and 21 seconds. Start position 6th. Total laps of 293. There were 10 cautions for 57 laps. Kevin Harvick led 159. Very impressive. And a 2.154 second margin of victory, which is amazing. Here is the back. Kevin Harvick scores his 50th win at Darlington. Now, don't forget, prior to reviewing this, we reviewed his 49th win, which tied Tony Stewart. 50th is always a big deal. With the return of NASCAR to live racing in the midst of a COVID-19 pandemic, I got a question for everybody. Am I not allowed to say COVID-19 pandemic anymore? Because I think this whole thing is just getting really, really out of hand now. Kevin Harvick made a triumphant comeback of his own, clinching the 50th win of his NASCAR Cup Series career. Now, here's one thing. There's going to be a lot more Kevin Harvick cars because I pre-ordered a lot of them. So this is only the first. Most of them are Busch beer cars. Now, we already did the Ducks Unlimited one. This one's the Busch Light. Be prepared to see a lot more. So just want to give everybody a heads up. With no practice, no qualifying, no fans in the stands, which is typically sad to see. Now, no practice, no qualifying really challenges the driver. And no fans in the stands, which it did happen for a few weeks, and all of a sudden, when Talladega came around, NASCAR's like, let's bring fans back in the stands, but maintain social distancing, and the rest went on from there. Harvick drove the number 4 Busch Light YourFaceHere Ford Mustang to a win in the Real Heroes 400 at Darlington Raceway, earning his second career victory at the historic South Carolina track. Actually, he would win there for the third time as well for the NASCAR playoffs race. This victory tied him for 12th on the series all-time wins list and 50th win. Now, for the stickers, normally you get this race winner sticker. Also, you also get this nice Kevin Harvick 50th Cup Series win from 2001 to 2020. And to be honest, I was there for one of those. That's amazing. When you're in NASCAR for about over or under 20 years, you make 50 wins over those years, you really achieved a Hall of Fame status. So here's the car itself. It's basically the usual Busch Light car, beer car. but they actually put some newer sponsors on here. And let's take a look at it. On the front, you get the Busch Light. Now, there was a contest with the YourFaceHere, where one male and one female, respectively, they can take a photo of themselves to be on the hood. Well, actually, not only ride on the hood of Kevin Harvick's car, you also get to ride on Kevin Harvick's car by itself in the Wednesday race. Here's the front, which is the Ford Mustang. Now, how about that Rocky Mountain view? Now, I don't know where the Busch Light Mountains are, but they actually look pretty nice. Now, you may notice that some of these Busch cars that I've done, not for kids, because, I don't want to endorse, underage drinking, because that is not my thing. So, just want to let everybody know, just want to let all the kids know, if you watch this video, good for you. If you're a Kevin Harvick fan, great. But I condemn you cracking open a Busch Light or any other beer and drinking it before the age of 21. So, please don't do it. I highly condemn that. Up on the banner, you get the NASCAR Cup Series with the two Fords. You also get this camera on here. Basically, Kevin Harvick's car was one of the onboard cameras. Get number 4, Mobile 1. Now onto the sides now. We got 3M, Lincoln Welders. Up on here, you have Goodyear. Whoops. About to drop the phone right there. Come on, focus, 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 focus. Got NASCAR race car, NASCAR Cup Series, and you also have this new decal, the Real Heroes Project. Kevin Harvick was a part of this. Actually, every race driver got this specialized decal for their cars at Darlington. Now, I just want to recognize all of the first responders, the military, fire, police, EMS, and healthcare workers for an outstanding year. I wish they made Time Person of the Year, not who they got. It's utter disgust, to be honest. That is a huge slap in the face. But of course, I'm not going to say who it is. I want y'all to find out for yourselves. And back here, you have hashtag YourFaceHere, which is basically the same situation. You also got this nice Busch Light beer can right here. And up on here on the B pillar, we have Mobile 1, Ford, Mobile 1, Haas Automation, Fields, and Hunt Brothers Pizza. Now, here's actually a little nice surprise. Speaking of Kevin Harvick review, I will do some of his Xfinity rides for reviews, but I can't tell you which ones are which because one, I don't want to reveal, the big surprises for ones. But here's what I'm going to do. I got a whole package of diecast cars that are going to be coming in. Now, I'm not going to be able to do all of them. I'm going to do some that I'm going to be willing to gift for Christmas. And that's going to be it. And they will be all unscheduled. That means I will do a video of them, but I'm going to schedule them to a Saturday or a Friday or a Saturday, depending on my scheduling. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the review because I just wasted a lot of time. We have Haas Automations down here. And this quarter panel. Jimmy John's, Hunt Brothers Pizza. Now, this is very unusual to see Jimmy John's as a associate sponsor. They really don't. I don't think I've ever seen Jimmy John's sponsor a Kevin Harvick car for a while. I think they did a sponsor on the Talladega, I believe, this year, the fall race. Here's the back. You got Busch Light, got Mobile 1, you got the manufacturing plate right here. Up on the deck lid, you got Busch Light. Now, this car is actually very clean, to be honest. Of course, you're going to have some track grime, track dirt that got kicked up which is completely normal for a race win. Now, underneath the tires, really don't see a whole lot of a burnout from this car, considering the fact that none of the I don't know if any of the Lionel Racing photographers were there to photograph Kevin Harvick's race winner car. I know they did, so I don't think they ever got anywhere near victory lane. With NASCAR and the pandemic, it really brought a new era within social distancing. I remember back in the day when, I think, 2008, 2009, with the H1N1, we didn't shut down for that. We didn't shut down this whole entire country for that. And I'm going to pop open the hood real quick. There we go. Just want to pop that open so we can take a look at the engine now. The good thing about these hoods is they open up all the way. Here's the inside of the engine. Here's also the underside, powered by Ford, Mobil 1, Haas Automation, Wix filters. Now, the reason why is they did not have a driver on here, because they have the Kevin Harvick in the background doing his burnout, is because usually the photographers, they may be essential, but there are some that are not essential. Now, here's some cool facts. NASCAR is the only sport, and I mean it, only sport to complete a whole entire 2020 schedule during a pandemic. MLB, they did only 60. NFL, they're doing it, and they're actually on track going to be doing it too. There were a few games that were postponed. MLB, don't get me started on them. And roof flaps do open. I really like this light blue here, which just makes it really amazing. Now, usually they would have a photographer from Lionel to take a photograph of the driver with a trophy and a diecast car, but I guess in this case, they did not. So, it really didn't happen. Now, here were some things. The crew members were socially distant, but they had to work together. Every driver was required to wear a face mask, along with pit crew members, crew chiefs, track officials. The only people that were not or on the tracks were the commentators. Of course, they did have their pit crew members, but their announcers, which was basically Mike Joy and Jeff Gordon, they were actually in the Fox Sports studio back home in Charlotte, North Carolina. And do I really like this car? Yes, I do. And I think this is actually going to be one of those few that are going to be one of the most bought diecast cars ever, because this car is very historical. First NASCAR race back after a pandemic. Kevin Harvick's 50th win. And of course, there's going to be a lot of Kevin Harvick cars, so stay tuned for that. Plus, I got a huge delivery coming in from a Circle B diecast, where I normally get these cars from. This one I actually got through a Plan B sales, but they rebranded to be a Circle B diecast, but they're still stationed up in North Carolina. So, anyway, I hope you all like this diecast review. Leave a comment, subscribe for more NASCAR diecast reviews. I try to publish these out the best way I can. So, anyway, my name's Dustin, and I will see you guys later.